What's up, everybody? It's been a little while. There hasn't been a lot for me to talk about. I know my 24 videos haven't come. There have been 2 episodes since there was one last night, one the previous week, and I never reviewed either of them. I'm gonna get to that definitely this week. I guarantee that. So I will. Trust me on that. I don't know how many people I have who watch my 24 videos, but they're coming. They're coming. Sports. What's going on? I'm in mourning right now, man. The Huskies lost. We beat Mississippi State the first round, lost to Purdue in the second round, and I didn't watch either game, but it's my school, man. I couldn't tell you anything about either game. But from what I could tell in the Purdue game, the game we lost, I'm sorry, it was like a hump game. You know, when you're trying to come back from a big deficit, you do it in stages. You know, the first stage is you get it down to a 10-point lead. The second stage, you get it down to 5 points, and then to 2 points, and then you take the lead. We cut the lead to 10 points. We cut the lead to 5, and at the end, we cut the lead to 2 points. But we couldn't get over that hump. We couldn't take an actual lead. And, Purdue, they got the win, so I think they're going on to play UConn or something. I wanted a shot at UConn. That's really something that I was interested in, but I'm not going to be too torn up over it or anything like that, because, again, it's just really not my sport. Also, we lost a player. We lost Leonard Weaver. He went off to the Philadelphia Eagles. He signed with the Eagles a couple days ago, and a lot of you people are going to go look at his numbers, go look at his stats, and wonder why does anybody care? Because let me look up some numbers here, because they are not impressive. If you go check out his statistics, you're going to see that, he's a good receiving. As far as being a fullback goes, he's a fullback. He's listed as a running back, but to me, he's a fullback. You're going to see that he's a very good receiver as far as fullbacks go, but really, what's that worth? You're going to see that he never did anything spectacular running the ball. And you'll never see that he didn't really do that much. But we love him up here because he's a bad ass. His stiff arm was one of our favorite things to see in games. Hopefully, we always kind of hoped that in garbage time when the game was over, Leonard Weaver would get carries, so maybe we could see that stiff arm. We saw it all the time in the preseason. The preseason was Leonard Weaver's time to shine, but in the actual season, it never happened. I don't know. I mean, the only thing he ever did for us of significance in a regular season game was against the 49ers this year, when he caught 4 passes for 102 yards or something and 2 touchdowns. So that game he dominated. He shredded the 49ers defense. Other than that, he had never actually done anything. So some of you may not understand why I'm disappointed about him leaving, but that's how I feel about this. He was a cool guy, and I felt that if he got more opportunities, he could kick more ass. But we do have another badass at fullback, Owen Schmidt, and he's going to be a second-year player. He's a nasty blocker, and it's totally reasonable to expect Leonard Weaver and Owen Schmidt to both go on and become great fullbacks. So we had to make a choice. We chose the guy who was younger and has a different skill set, because that's really what this is about. Leonard Weaver is a good pass catcher, but his abilities to run the ball and even, pass block and run block are questioned. Owen Schmidt, we think he can block. We are pretty sure that he's capable of blocking. And that was something that maybe interested us more, so we decided, we can't keep both. We're going to let Weaver walk in free agency, and he's with the Eagles now, so I'm not going to let it bug me too much, but he was a fan favorite up here, I think, so it sucks to see him go. That's what I don't like. Beyond that, there's not a lot going on. I saw Watchmen yesterday, and I liked it a lot. I can understand why some people don't, because I know some people don't, but I liked it a lot. I have never read the source material, but I know what happens in it. I've read about the source material, but I've never been able to get my hands on the Watchmen graphic novel, so I'll just say I like the movie a lot. I think it stayed really true to the source material based off what I know, and I know a lot of people have chimed in and said, yeah, this is a lot like the graphic novel, so that was cool. Basketball, really nothing's changing right now. You know, the West is, I guess the Suns are inching back into it, but it might be too late. The Spurs fell to the 3rd seed, which I didn't even know was a possibility. They fell behind the Rockets. And really, there's just not a lot to talk about. Cleveland's extending their lead in the East. Atlanta got on a hot streak, so significant things are not happening right now. We know who the top 3 are going to be in the East. We know that either the Suns... We know that the Suns are probably going to be left out of the West, so we know our 8 playoff teams in the West. I don't really think there's anything left to say. The only thing that's really left is the MVP race. And, you know, LeBron has an easy schedule over these last, 15, 14 games to prove his case. Dwayne Wade, same thing. You know, I think it really does have to be LeBron. Kobe has been coasting through much of this year, in my opinion. I mean, he's playing some of the best basketball in the league, but he is saving his legs for the playoffs. I firmly believe that. I really do think that when the playoffs hit, and when the games become more meaningful, his production is gonna go up. Right now, I think he's just kind of on cruise control because he has a lot of games on his odometer. He's played over 1,100 games or something like that in his career. So when we get to the playoffs, I think he'll step his game up, probably carry the Lakers to a championship. I might be writing some NBA articles before the playoffs start. Just go to my description box on my page, and there's a link to a website that I post my articles to. So I'm going to try and write one about each playoff team. So as the playoff teams become set in stone, I might start that. So keep an eye on that. I do think it's LeBron. It's going to be LeBron this year. I mean, Kobe and LeBron have both arguably lost MVP races simply because their team wasn't good enough. So they paid their dues. I think it's time for Dwayne Wade to pay his dues. Maybe he was the best player this year. That's arguable, but I think that we've had a long history of NBA players having to hear that even though you were the best player this year, your team is not good enough, so we can't give you MVP. And Miami probably won't even host a playoff series. So I think it's only fair that Dwayne Wade pays those dues as well. So barring something extraordinary happening down the stretch here, I think it's going to be LeBron. That's really all that's going on right now. The draft's getting closer. I'll probably make a new mock draft, maybe over the upcoming weekend or something, but I don't know. The last one, for the most part, still looks okay. Alright, that's good. I'll see you guys later.